Hi, welcome to Empty Nest Creations. My name is Wendy, and on Empty Nest Creations, we make home decor and DIY projects. Today, we're going to be making this spring planter. This is an urn. I'll pick it up so you can see it a little better. This is an urn that I picked up at a flea market for just a couple of dollars. And I've added some greenery and some really pretty yellow flowers for spring. This is a project that I'm working on to add some spring decor to our living room. So if you're interested in seeing how I put this together, stick around. We'll go over the supplies and then we'll get started. Okay, so for this floral arrangement, we're going to need some grape leaves or ivy, whatever you can find. This was part of a garland that's been cut up and used for other things, but I'm just going to use these pieces. A small willow wreath. This is the 12-inch one that comes from the Dollar Tree. You'll need an urn or some sort of planter. Floral foam. I've got 2 pieces here to fill the urn. Some floral wire. I'm going to use some moss, and this came from the Dollar Tree, and I've used it for several different projects. I just keep it in a Ziploc bag to keep it all together. I'm going to be using some of this Tweedia. I got these from the Dollar Tree, and I have 3 bushes of that. And then I also wanted some twigs and things to stick up, and Dollar Tree didn't have any of that, but I went to Walmart and I found these. These are called Dollar Dried Assortment, and so each of these is $1. I've looked at these in the past and only saw the big price tag. The bigger packages are like $8 to $11, but I found these today. And so I'm going to use some of these just for some height in the center of the container. And I'm not going to use all of it. I'm just going to use pieces of the 2. I tried to find 2 packs like this one that are just more natural and green, but I couldn't find another one like that. So I'm going to use the these swirly pieces out of here and maybe the greenery out of this one. You'll need some wire cutters or some scissors. And probably some sort of knife to cut your foam. But that's all the supplies we'll need. So I'm going to go ahead and clear off the workspace and then get started putting the foam in the container. So I'll be right back. Okay, so if you can see on this floral foam, it was a square like this one. And I've just cut the corners off so that it'll fit down into the bottom of our container, and then I'm just going to take this one and just smush it in the top, and I'm going to cut some of this top piece off so that it lays flush with the top of the container, and I'm just using a serrated knife. Okay, and now that fits nice and flush with the top. Okay, and I'm going to save this piece because we may be able to use it for a later project. Okay, so I'm going to set the urn aside. Let's set it down here. And we're going to work on the willow wreath. And what I'm going to do is take some of the bigger pieces of this garland, and I'm just going to attach them to the top of the willow wreath using some of the floral wire. So we'll just cut a piece off and then just wrap it around the wreath and secure it in the back. And you're just basically wanting this to hold onto the actual wreath. I'm going to add another piece right here to kind of hold these closer to the wreath itself. And if you buy a garland that's still put together, then this is much easier. It's just a matter of attaching the garland to the wreath. And they sell these at the Dollar Tree, these garlands, or you can get them at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue adding the garland around until I have the entire wreath covered, and then we'll come back and we'll start putting our actual arrangement together. All right. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's complete. And I just went around and continued adding leaves until I have it covered to my satisfaction. And so what this is going to do on our urn, it's just going to be around the edge. Now you can't see me. So I'm just going to sit it up here. Now, if you have animals or children who might mess with it, then you might want to attach it somehow. And you can certainly hot glue this on so that it stays, but I'm not really worried about that. So I'm just going to just set it up there. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to begin adding our flowers. And so I'm going to cut these off of the stem. Slide this over. We'll cut them off of the base stem. And then we'll just begin adding those in. But before we do that, I need to add the moss. I'm going to go ahead and cover the foam with some of this moss. It's just easier to do it at this point than to try to do it later. And this does make a huge mess. But it doesn't take much of the moss. We're just covering the foam so that you can't see any of the foam. I'll take this off. So I just want to tuck it in around the edges of that foam. Okay. And then we'll stick our wreath back on. Okay. Clean that mess up later. And I also have our twigs. And so what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to add these in first. And I'm going to separate these curly ones. Try to, without breaking them. Okay. There's one, there's two. 3. 4 and 5 and 6. Okay, these are much taller than our flowers. So I'm probably going to shorten them just a tad bit. I do want the height, but I don't want them to stick up over. Okay, so that's a little better. You can see what I'm doing now. So I'm just going to continue to add our twigs. And I'm putting these mostly in the center, kind of close together. And I think I'm just going to use 5 of these. Like that. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And now I'm going to start adding our yellow flowers. And I'm just sticking these in just barely into the foam because I want them to stand up tall. Okay, I'm probably going to do just a few more. Try to get the tallest ones out of this one. And usually the ones in the center of the bush are the tallest. Okay. Okay, and this other package had this one curly Q, and I think I'm going to add it right in the middle. Okay, so there's the finished urn. And I have this plant stand. It's actually a vanity seat, but my mother-in-law used it for a plant stand. And so that's what we use it for in our living room. And I don't have a green thumb, so every plant that I've put on it, I've killed. Plus, there's not a lot of natural light in our living room. So this is where that's going to go. So I will get this placed, and then I will show you how it looks in place. All right, thanks for watching. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button below, and also click the bell. That will notify you anytime we upload new videos. Thank you again for joining us for this project, and let me know in the comments below what you think. And if you try something similar or whatever you're creating, send me a picture. I'd love to see it. All right, thank you, and have a great day. Okay, so here it is sitting on the plant stand. I think it looks really cute in here. I have my little Easter bunny sign that I did last year below it. It's just right next to our TV stand. So I think that it's going to add a nice splash of spring over in this area. So again, thank you for watching, and leave me a comment below if you enjoyed this video and if you'd like to see more of this type of floral arrangements. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to do more of these. All right, thank you and have a good day.